The more you risk, the more money you'll make on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Card Shark. Nice to have you here. Yes, indeed. The more you risk, the more money you'll make. That's the name of the game. If you've got the courage and the cards, you can make a lot of money. We thank V.S. Simmons of Arcadia, California for the opening poem. And now let's get to the cards. And Janice and Bettina, if you will, deal out 2 brand new decks of cards. We'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Barbara Collier, our champion. Hello, Barbara.
Hello, Jim.
Nice to see you again.
Good to be back.
Looking very well.
Thank you.
Now, you told us you're a nurse, but you're working for a degree in teaching.
Right.
Why do you want to get away from nursing?
As my daughter says, Mommy, I'm tired of you working nights, evenings, and days.
All at the same time?
Well, might be. Sometimes I come home at 3:30 and I go back at 9. Sometimes I go back at 1.
Yeah, you get that shift work.
Yes.
Well, you've helped pay for some of the bills here because you've won $4,050 here, Barbara.
Really?
Doing very well.
Thank you.
Meeting our challenger for the first time, Patty Agee. Hi, Patty. Welcome. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Patty Agee. I live in San Luis Obispo, and I go to school in Hartnell College, and I major in rodeo.
You what?
I major in rodeo.
Rodeo?
Yes.
That's a college major?
Well, kind of, yes.
What-
That's my main course.
What are you doing
Well-
towards rodeo? I mean, what do you do as a course?
Well, there's an intercollegiate rodeo system, and I barrel race and tie goats and rope.
You tie goats?
Yes.
Well, do you work your way up to elephants? I mean, what? It sounds very
goats.
fascinating. Are you going to be a rodeo rider when you get out? Well, good luck with it, Patty. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with us here.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you. And the cards have been shuffled. The players cut the cards. Barbara, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Patty, the challenger, plays the lower cards, the blue deck. We play the best 2 games out of 3. We're starting a brand new match with a question to the champion. Barbara, we asked 100 bachelors, does your mother complain that you don't call her enough? How many bachelors said, yeah, their mother does complain?
I'm sure the mothers complain, but the bachelors still don't call them.
Spoken like a mother, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say 60.
60 bachelors said their mother complains that they don't call enough, Patty. Higher or lower?
Well, my brothers phone, and the only time they phone is when they need money, so my mother doesn't complain at all. So I'd say it's lower than that.
Lower than that.
Yeah.
If it is lower, Patty, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Barbara. And the actual number of bachelors who said their mother complains because they don't call her enough is 39. Patty, you're right. It's lower.
Oh.
Never thought of that. Don't want them to call for money. Patty, you start off with a 3.
Oh, good card. I'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. A 5.
I'll go higher.
Risking that card and this one higher. Oh, another 5. And that's not higher. It's the same, and that gives Barbara a free chance to play off her base card, a 10.
Oh,
You cannot
I
change it.
can't
Only when
change
you win the
it.
question can you change it.
I'm going to go lower, Jim.
Lower than a 10. It is a 7.
Right, freeze. I will freeze.
And we move the freeze bar over, and now we can't take those cards away. Janice fills in the spaces for Patty, and you get your first question, Patty. We found 100 teenage girls who are married and asked them, if one of your teenage friends asked your advice about getting married, would you tell them to wait? How many married teenage girls said they would tell their friends to wait?
I think a lot of the girls are kind of disappointed that they got married so young, so I'd say that
How many would tell their friends to wait?
I'd say 58 of them said
58
wait.
would say, no, don't do it, wait.
I'm going to say it's a little lower. Has to be a little lower.
Well, the actual number of
Yeah.
married teenage girls who would tell their friends to wait is 53. It is just a little lower. Barbara, you're right.
May I change that, please, Jim?
Yes, you won the question, and now you can change that 7 to a 3.
Very good.
change.
Very good. I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 3. A 5.
Five. I'm going to chance it higher.
Risking that card and this one higher. Yes, a 6.
I better freeze.
Please. Barbara needs 1 card for the first game of the match. Patty still needs 4, and the question goes to you, Barbara. We asked 100 dentists. Has anyone ever asked you to look at their teeth while you were at a party? How many dentists said, yeah, people do that?
That happens all the time to me as a nurse. I'm going to say it really happens to dentists. I would say at least 70.
70.
Yes, a high percent.
I don't know why you'd say, Barb, I got a small pain right here with, no. Barbara says that 70 dentists have had someone say, let me look at your teeth while we're at the party. Patty, what do you think, higher or lower?
I agree with her, but I think it's going to be a little lower.
Little lower than
Yeah.
The actual number of dentists who have been asked to look at someone's teeth at a party is 93, not lower. Barbara, you're right, it happens all the time. You've got a 6.
May I change that?
You may indeed. Big change, needing 1 card for the game. The 6 or another 6.
Okay, I'll have to go with the odds and go higher.
If this is higher, Barbara has the first game of the match for the win. Yes, with a 7, Barbara wins game 1 and $100. And we'll have game 2 right after we take time out for a brief message of importance. Game 1 of the champion of $100. Janice is dealing out the same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the decks. And Patty, the question goes to you. Patty, we found 100 men who have been divorced 3 or more times. And we asked them, have you ever gone back and had an affair with one of your ex-wives? How many divorced men said, yeah, they have?
I would think that is kind of high. I do, because I knew one man, and this last marriage of his didn't work out so good, and so he did go back to his other wife.
Went back to the first one, huh?
So I'll say it's 45.
45.
Uh-huh.
Gone back and had an affair with an ex-wife, Barb.
I agree with Patty. I think that does happen, but it's a little lower.
Lower.
It's a little lower, yeah.
Well, the actual number of divorced men who've had an affair with one of their ex-wives is 50, not lower, Patty. Yeah, it happens. Patty, you start with a 9.
I'd like to change that, please.
Changing the 9 to a 7.
Oh, not
right
much
on the
better.
other side of the 8.
I'll say it is lower.
Lower, going a
Lower.
little against the odds.
Lower.
She's got a feeling. Lower than a 7? Oh, it's a king. Should have stuck with the odds. That gives Barbara a free chance to play an 8.
Oh, very good. That's the best I've had. I will go lower, Jim.
Lower than an 8. A 2.
Oh, right. I can't remember, but I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 2. A 10.
I will freeze.
Barbara needs just 2 cards for a crack at the money cards. And Barbara, this question to you. We asked 100 women. Have you ever loved a dress when you bought it, hated it the first time you wore it, and never wore it again? How many women said they have? Bought it, wore it once, and said never again.
That happens all the time to me. Maybe because I gain weight and I think I'm going to lose it. I think most women have the same problem. I'm going to say 68.
68 women bought a dress, hated it the first time they wore it, and never wore it again.
I agree with her, but I think it's going to be a little lower than that.
You don't think it happens that often?
Yeah, a little lower.
The actual number of women who've bought a dress and ended up hating it, never wore it, is 66. By 2, it is lower, Patty.
I'd like
Just
to
lower.
change that card, please.
Patty wants to get rid of that 7 before I even get here. A 9.
Not much better. I'll say lower.
Lower. Going with the odds this time. And she's right.
Oh,
A
good.
5.
I'll go and I'll say higher.
Higher than a 5. An ace.
Oh, lower.
Lower than an ace. A 2. To tie up the match higher. Yes. Patty ties it up. We're tied. 1-1. We'll set up for the tiebreaker. Patty, that was just as simple as roping a goat, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We're tied at 1-1. 3 cards up there, 3 here in the tiebreaker. Patty, we asked 100 Marines. Do you think the Marine Corps could do a better job running this country than the government is doing? How many Marines said the Marine Corps could do a better job?
Oh, shoot. I think it is a high number because they're kind of up in the air, I guess. That's what I've been told anywhere. I don't know them personally, but I'll say 60.
60 Marines said they could do a better job than the government running the country.
Even though the Marines think they're the greatest, I'm going to say it's a little lower.
Lower.
Yes.
The actual number of Marines who think the Marine Corps could do a better job running the country is 38. Very much lower. Barbara. Yeah, I think the key there is that they are trained to serve, and that probably had a lot to do with their answer there. Barbara, you look at a queen.
Very good. I'm going to go lower, Jim.
Lower than a queen. A 7.
Freeze.
Freezing it.
I will freeze.
1 card for a crack of the money cards. Patty needs 2. Barbara, the question to you. We asked 100 college sorority women. Have you ever enrolled in a course just because you thought the professor was attractive? How many co-eds admitted they have?
I think they would consider that first. That instructor might be very hard. I would say it's a low number. I'm going to say 35.
35. Patty, you're in college.
Well, I'll have to admit to doing that, so I'll say it's a little higher, just a little bit.
Is that how you got into rodeo, Patty?
Well, we won't discuss that.
You say higher. The actual number of college sorority women who've enrolled in a course because the professor was attractive is 57. Patty, it's higher. And an important look at that base card. Patty, you've got an 8.
I'd like to change that, please.
This is a big change in the tiebreaker. A 2.
Oh, good! Higher!
Higher than a 2. A queen.
Lower!
You're the new champion if this is lower, and it is! And Barbara, we have to say goodbye. You're leaving us very well off. $4,150.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck with your studies. Hope you get that teaching degree.
I will.
Barbara Collier.
Bye.
Patty, come on down here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Patty Agee. Patty's going to rope herself some big money, I hope, right after this. Yeah. Back with our champion, Patty Agee, $200 richer. You're a little tense there, Patty.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, relax.
I want to win a lot of money.
Yeah, why?
Because I want to buy a good horse.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go for the horse right now. Let's get to the money cards. Come on up there, Patty. I hope you make enough to win Secretariat. Listen.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. Did you see Secretariat in a race? Well, never mind. Here come the money cards. They've been shuffled and cut. We'll give you $200 and these 3 cards on the bottom level. Move up to the second line, Patty. We'll give you another $200 and 3 more cards. Minimum bets are $50 until you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must risk at least half the money. There's enough money up there for that horse, Patty. Come on. Here's $200. And remember, you can change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. With $200, you are starting off with a jack.
Oh, good card. All bet. It all that it's lower.
All of it right away on a jack.
Yep.
Ooh, hope you're right. $200 lower than a jack. Yes, a 6.
Oh, good.
Got me nervous. Almost couldn't turn it over.
I bet $200 it's higher.
$200 higher than a 6. Yes, a 9. Up to 600. Near the middle now, Patty.
Good card. All bet $100 lower.
$100 lower than a 9. It is a 6. Very nicely done with some tough cards on the bottom level. Up goes the 6. We'll give you $200 more. You've got $900. Do you want that 6?
I'll change it.
All right, big change. With $900, the 6 becomes a jack.
Oh, good. I'll bet $500 lower.
$500 lower than a jack. Yes,
Oh,
a 6.
good. I'll bet that's not a real good card. I'll bet $150 higher.
$150, risking that this is higher than a 6. No, it's a 2, but a
It's okay,
great
it's a good
card with
card.
$1,250,
I'll
Patty.
bet all of it higher. All of it.
$1,250 higher than a 2. No! I seem to recall a double 2 coming up another show ago. My goodness, those double 2s. Patty,
Oh, well. I'll do it again.
doggone it. How much is the horse?
10,000.
Oh, that's a good. Well, you got 200, Patty. Come on down here. Maybe you'll get another crack at the big money in the next game. That was tough call.
It was.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, Patty and I are going to hang out a while. We'll be right back with a new challenger after this. Okay, Patty. Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Rudy Morrison. Hello, Rudy. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Hi.
Good, strong handshake. Tell us about yourself, sir.
Well, my name is Rudy Morrison. I was born, raised, and educated in Calcutta, India. Well, I was born and raised there. I don't know if they educated me or not. And I've been in the United States 12 years now. I am a U.S. citizen, and I'm very happy to be here.
Good. Well, we're delighted to have you here.
Thank you.
You have no accent at all.
Oh, well, I think you have one.
Yes. Good. You cut the cards, Rudy?
Yes, sir.
Well, hope you cut them better than Patty did the last time.
I sure hope so.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You'll
Thank you.
play the lower cards, the blue cards. Patty, the upper cards, the red deck. And Patty, we start with a question to you. Patty, we asked 100 fifth grade students in Pennsylvania, Have you ever dumped medicine down the drain to trick your mother into thinking that you'd taken it? How many fifth graders admitted they have dumped medicine down the drain?
I think that's a pretty common occurrence. I used to put my cough syrup down the toilet. And so I'll say it is pretty high. I'll say it's 63.
63 fifth graders have dumped the medicine.
I think they've done that, but I think they'd be a little too scared. If they were caught, they may be in trouble. So I think it'll be a little lower than that.
Lower.
Yeah.
And the actual number of fifth graders who have dumped medicine down the drain is 19, very much lower. Rudy, you're right. Nicely solved, and the challenger starts with a 7.
Please change that. Yes.
Winning the question, changes the 7 to a king. Great change.
Much lower.
Lower than a king. Oh, no, and an ace. Oh, a big break for the champion. Patty, you've got a king also.
Good card. I'll say lower.
Lower than a king, and it is a 7.
All threes.
Taking that one card advantage, and the way the cards have been popping, you're not going to take a chance on 2 of them.
No.
Rudy, we asked 100 congressmen in Washington, D.C., would you buy a home you really liked if you knew a nuclear power plant were being built only a mile away? How many congressmen said they would buy it anyway?
Oh, I don't think they'd want to buy one so close to it in case it blows up or something. So I'm going to say it's about 20.
20 congressmen would buy a home if it were within an hour of a nuclear power plant.
There's a lot of controversy on that right now, but I'll say it's a little higher. Just
Higher.
a little.
Well, the actual number of congressmen who would buy a home, even if it were near a nuclear power station, is 6. Not higher, Rudy. 6. You know what's frightening there is that they're all out there voting to build them, but they don't want to be near them. Rudy, you've got a king.
I'd like to keep that and go lower.
Lower than a king. This time it is with a 5.
I'll go higher.
Higher than a 5. Oh, no, a 3. And again, the cards fail the challenger. Patty, with a 7, call this one.
I'll say it's higher.
Higher than a 7. No, a 3. Couldn't take advantage of it. Janice will fill in the spaces in the question to you, Patty. Patty, we asked 100 waitresses. Have you ever slapped a customer for being fresh? How many waitresses said they have slapped a customer?
Well, I was a waitress for 2 weeks. I couldn't handle it. There was a few times I would have liked to slap the customers.
Well, how many did?
I'll say 45.
45 have slapped a customer.
I think they'd like to, but it's going to be a lot lower. I don't think they'd have the courage.
You don't think they do it? The actual number of waitresses who've slapped a customer for being fresh is 8. Very much lower. Rudy, you're right. Rudy, you're still looking at a king.
I'm going to keep it and try one more time lower.
Lower than a king? Yes, a 9.
Freeze.
Freeze. Don't want to try to. We've got a tie as each player needs 3 cards. Sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards, and with each player needing 3, control of that board, very important. Rudy, we asked 100 married women. Have you ever refused to go out with your husband because you didn't have a thing to wear? How many married women said, yeah, they've said that?
I've heard that many times. My wife never has anything to wear. She's taken my wardrobe. Now, I'd say it's probably about 55.
55?
Yeah.
How does she look in your 3-piece suits, Rudy?
Looks terrific.
He says 55 women have said, no, I don't have a thing to wear. I can't go out.
Well, I think they enjoy a chance to get out, so I'll say it's a little lower than that.
You figure they wouldn't say that. Better to get out. The
Right.
actual number of married women who've refused to go out with their husband because they didn't have a thing to wear is 19, very much lower. Patty. Patty, you have a 7. You need 3 cards. Rudy has a 9. He needs 3. You've got control. Play it or pass it.
I'm going to pass it, Rudy.
All right, Rudy, if you can turn all 3 of these over, you win the game. But one mistake and Patty wins it with a 9. Call
Let's
this.
try lower, Jim.
Lower than a 9. Yes, a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A king.
Lower.
For the first game of the match. He did it. Turned over 3 cards. Well, the cards suddenly turned around for you there, Rudy.
They did. I'm glad they did. It's about time.
See, that's what happens for your wife having nothing to wear. Rudy has game 1 and $100. Patty has to make a comeback, and we'll find out if she can do it. But right now, we're going to take time out for this. Here comes the music. I know. We'll be back. Well, that's all the time we have for now, with the challenger leading 1-0. Doggone it, we didn't give away a lot of money today. We really want to give that money away, so maybe one of you will get a chance the next time. You'll both be back, yes?
Yes.
Yes, oh yes.
I hope you'll be back with us the next time we play Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now. Have a good day.
One of our polling groups will receive a Kelvinator no-frost refrigerator with generous 3.4 cubic foot freezer, adjustable shelves, dual crispers, trim wall insulation, ice maker capability furnished by Kelvinator. And some of our contestants will receive Z-Brick brand facing brick. Add character and charm to your walls and create a beautiful new living environment. Z-Brick, the last word in wall covering, and an assortment of exciting Maybelline eye, face, and nail cosmetics featuring new nail color. Protects and colors nails instantly, furnished by Maybelline, and a set of mugs and Nescafe regular and Nescafe decaffeinated instant coffee. If Nescafe can please the whole wide world, we sure can please you. This is Gene Woods speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.